It would seem we made the right choice. If we'd taken the easy way and come by airship, one of those patrols would no doubt have been quick to roll out the red carpet. We're on the Empire's doorstep now, so we shouldn't have to worry quite so much. But that's no excuse to get sloppy. It is still a long road to the capital.
We have reached the Phon coast. Now this is a pretty good example, in my opinion, of what they like some of the best looking environments in the game. Look at this place. This is awesome. It almost looks like no, I'm not going to make that comparison. Never mind. Now, unlike the Necrol of Novities, which I avoided going to... What the hell? Yeah, I had a web browser window open on my other monitor while I was recording this, and well, I don't know if you could hear that or not. I'll find out, I guess, when editing the episode. But a commercial came on. A little weird, intrusive. I don't much care for that. Now, the Necrol of Novities has enemies that are quite a bit more powerful than this. I'm going to avoid engaging that thing with these characters. You know what? Actually, these characters aren't a bad idea. As long as they swap out Bosch for Ash, I'm sure I can take that thing down. Flying enemies are a bitch when you are using melee weapons, since they can't be attacked from the ground unless you use like the telekinesis ability. But it's Penelo's just going to be chucking magic at the damn thing. The other two characters have ranged weapons. Nice. It's dead. Clustering everybody up with a bunch of ranged weapons isn't a particularly good idea against an enemy that's going to be attacking you with melee attacks like this thing, since you're... why did I get into this topic? For obvious reasons. Ash, your highest level. I'm just trying to get some of my characters I don't use a whole hell of a lot up on their levels. Yeah. A lot of weird monsters in this area. Now we're inside... Actually, are we? I'm not entirely sure. I think we are inside of the borders of Arcadia. Now the reason why we had to go this way is because it was dangerous to try and approach Arcadia through most other means. Like Balthier had said, getting through by way of an airship would have been dangerous because, well, an airship is kind of an easy thing to see coming, and they'll track you down, pull you down, inspect you to see if you're up to anything, and, well, since we are up to something, not really the best thing to do for us. And we couldn't just walk up and knock on the front door, so we had to take this sort of roundabout way of getting through there because, well, I mean, Arcadia has been trying to secure its borders, preventing people from doing the kind of thing that we're doing right now. But, I mean, Arcadia's in the process of rather rapidly expanding their own territory, so as their border lines constantly change, it becomes more and more difficult to maintain a complete lockdown on their territory. For example, taking over Nebradia had expanded their territory quite significantly, I can imagine. And trying to block off an area like through the Silica Wood, which seems like a rather weird and twisty and turny kind of place, can be pretty difficult. So that would explain why we were able to sneak through the Silica Wood into the Phon coast. Bosch, kill something. Don't stand there and just cure people. What are you, a wuss? Make it dead. And Penelo gains a level. It may seem kind of stupid, but looking at the Oh, hold on, can I get a... And can't really see I don't know if we can see like an overworld map or anything. By something that may seem kind of obvious, but it's surprisingly uncommon in games like this, is to have the environments that you run through, as far as geography and geology goes, match the kind of place that you'd see on the map. Like, if we could see the overworld map, we would see that we are on a coastline and all that, and it does seem like the environment that we're in matches that pretty well. I wonder what the backstory is for this area right here. I'm gonna go see if we can find out. Okay, I found my world map. Yeah, you can see that the coast is on the... Well, you get what I'm trying to say there. Oh, jeez, I got into a fight with some big, weird, walking bird thing with a helmet. Make it dead. Oh, nope, it's got a friend. The only backstory I could really find was a little bit of thing about this being where a lot of hunters, I guess poachers and stuff, go around here in order to like make camps, and headhunters and all that kind of stuff gather. It's also the border. This is actually the border between Nebradia and Arcadia. But since Nebradia is now Arcadian territory, I don't know if you could really consider it to be a border anymore, so much as just being inside the territory of Arcadia. Damn it, Pinello, don't do physical attacks. You're really bad at that. And Phon, what are you doing? Just standing there. Make something dead. Flying enemies. I'm not even going to do that. I wonder what all of these doorways are standing around for. I wonder if these were supposed to be like, I don't know, altar, like some sort of religious altar, or if they were doorways to buildings or something like that. Ah, shit. I'm gonna... Those who fight and run away live to fight another day. That's the way I'm gonna see this. Oh, treasure chest. Oh yeah, that was worth it. Doesn't seem to be a whole hell of a lot left to suggest that these were buildings. But I guess that... I mean, maybe everything else was just made of wood or something, and the doors were made of stone. I don't know. Ooh! Okay, this, I guess, is the hunter's camp.
Racing through the water.
Why the capital?
The Nethicite. I must destroy it.
Are you sure? You don't want it for yourself? Use its power to restore Dalmasca? Something like that? The best intentions invite the worst kind of trouble.
Lusting for ever greater power. Blinded by the Nethicite. Is that how you see me?
That does sound like someone I know. He was obsessed with Nethicite. It was all he cared about.
Come over here.
He'd babble nonsense,
Hey!
blind to aught but the stone's
Watch it.
power.
Like I said,
He'd talk about some Enna, or was it Vena?
except for you.
No matter.
Thank you.
Everything he did to get closer to the Nethicite, to understand it. He made airships, weapons. He even made me a judge.
You were a judge?
Part of a past I'd rather forget. It didn't last long. I ran. I left the judges and him. Sidolphus Demon Bonanza. Draculaur Laboratories' very own Dr. Cid. That's when he lost his heart to Nethicite. Lost himself. And I suppose that's when I lost my father. Don't follow in his footsteps. I ran away. I couldn't stand seeing him like that, a slave to the stone. So I ran. Free at last. Funny I went for the Dusk Shard. How could I have known that it was Nethicite? And then, of course, I met you. All that running, and I got nowhere. It's time to end this. Cut my ties to the past.
It's hard to leave the past behind. I know.
Marriage of convenience. The symbol of the alliance between Nebradia and Delmasca. This is how they see our match.
They do they?
These roles we play. I must admit, I find it wearying.
I will play mine.
I would have no other.
The choice is yours to make. But don't give your heart to a stone. You're too strong for that, princess.
I pray you're right, Balthier.